Good morning, good morning. Sam Tolbert, Sound of Joy Music Services, and let me wish you, those who are joining me live, a happy, healthy, prosperous, creative, and productive 2025 as we celebrate the changing of the calendar year from 2024 to 2025. I think you always want to take an assessment of where you were 365 or 366 days ago and see whether or not you can recognize any growth that would encourage you to continue on for the incoming year. Certainly, here at Sound of Joy Music Services, I track every day that I am doing something. I have my own, not necessarily an actual vision board, but I have a monthly chart that I update with ideas and whether or not those ideas were actually fruitful. So if you've been keeping up with this channel, then you will see that we've crossed some milestones. 18 years on the YouTube platform was a milestone. We've had the most viewership of any of those 18 years during the past year. Uh, Being monetized. We've seen a growth in our actual monetization. And what I have done with that money is not go out and buy shoes or buy new keyboards, but I invested in myself by investing in AI software. Um, AI singers, I guess, is what I'm trying to still decide upon what designated name I'm going to give to my AI singers. But then I also invested the time in learning how to use this new concept. Heavily um, locked into the chat GPT world where I'll ask it. In fact, I did ask it once to assess me, and it went through the internet and gave me a critique that I have to agree with on my style of music and how I approach music and how it affects those who listen to it. So I am immersing myself in this present time, which we're kind of in the future. As you see, I've done more live streams this year than I've ever done because I was able to upgrade my equipment, cameras, software, computers, um, to be able to give a quality, uh, not just looking, but also sounding live stream. I want to thank those that are coming in. Let me just open up a second browser, so I can acknowledge you. 28, James, Regon Music, Sister Stephanie Morris, those that are around the world, those who are coming in. You might want to ask yourself, what is the next step? I think sometimes we always want to take two steps back to look ahead, and really, the minute that you take two steps back, you've already lost time. 2025 is going to be about being productive and creative. That is the theme. I believe my last year's theme for 2024 was "Don't complain, compete." And what you saw me doing was not to complain about what I don't have or what I can't do, but let me be competitive in those areas where I'm at my best and add on new ways to actually come to compete. I'm still a pioneer in the AI vocal arena, but I monitor everyone else that I see doing the different various softwares that are out there, and I've locked in on the gotta say it right, Dreamtronics synthesizer V Pro Studio. That has become my haven for creation, and I'm endeavoring at this point now to offer services for the would be songwriter, for the would be singer, for the singing group that has a group of singers that are having issues learning their parts. I'm going to offer subscription services through my Patreon where for a monthly subscription, you can ask what you need from a vocal standpoint or from a, I'll call it a demo production standpoint. Again, the quality is not at the human voice, but it is at the quality of if you want to hear what it could potentially sound like. That's what I'm able to create. That's a question there. Let me see. Again, thanking on those of you who are coming in and those who are viewing. It's a day off for many here in the United States. Around the world, you may have to work today. Uh, Bless you where you are. Give a good day's work so that you can get a great day's compensation, pay, or whatever way that it is. You are you are remunerated for your time, and that's another thing about 2025. The If you've been a procrastinator, is that it? Yes. I'm gonna do. Wait till next year. I'm gonna do. Uh, the world is passing a lot of people by. They're gonna wake up and wonder what happened. I've often heard people say, "I don't believe that it's January. I don't believe that it's March. I can't believe it's already summertime," and they've completed nothing. They've started nothing. They're looking to figure out, well, what's the easiest way to recoup the last 3 or 4 months that I said I was going to do something and I didn't do it. I'm always looking forward. I have to. This year I'm going to be 69 years old in about 4 months. There's some physical ailments that I'm dealing with. Uh, I'm not going to show you the medicines I have in front of me, but they're necessary so that I can prolong the life that I have right now. I just got over inadvertently straining my left leg. At one time, I didn't have any kind of feeling in it. I'm getting that back to maybe 85% of what it was by just taking my time and watching what I'm doing. Because again, when you get old, you can't just jump up like you used to. But I intend on my birthday, as I normally do, when the weather gets good, go out there with my basketball, shoot about 30 shots, hopefully hit about 15 to 20 of them, and videotape it. If you watch that, I have it for 2024. I'm going to be putting that out for 2025 and put some more music behind it. Creativity, productivity. Yes, I have. I have my water right here. Got to make sure that I keep myself hydrated because that is part of the medical conditions that I have. But what I want to emphasize that even though age is having its way with me, there is no way that I am going to slow down. I intend to burn out. I'm not going to rust out. I'm going to burn out. I'm going to do all the things that my mind is still capable of doing, that my fingers are still capable of doing as I immerse myself into the world of artificial intelligence software. Um, there are some other programs that I'm watching other people use on YouTube that I'm looking into as far as being more, what's the word I want to use? Putting a more quality video together. I'm going to slow down the amount of viewer requests that I have been doing and maybe cut it down to a live viewer request, which you saw me do institute last year, to be able to do multiple videos at one time versus as soon as I see a request jumping right on it, because anytime I jump on a request, that takes away from the time I want to be using to better myself in a lot of different areas, and I intend to take on more work from a revenue standpoint, creating vocals for would-be singers. So again, I'm doing a lot of talking, but that's the only way I can actually communicate other than, excuse me. See now, I know I gotta drink some water. To communicate those things that I want to do. And for those of you who are Patreon members, I certainly do appreciate your monthly subscription fees. You are going to have the first dibs at vocal creations for projects that if you're not working on them, I'm going to give you a project that you can do vocally so that you can work on creating your own music for 2025. Even if it's just one song, we'll do that as a project so that we can help not only build you musically but build your skills in songwriting and production. This is about being creative and about being productive for me. Um, it's easy just to break down a song and give you the chords. If you saw the last short that I put up for 2025, you saw Corey Henry. I got a video off of Instagram of him playing a song, and I said, "This is the direction that I'm going to be including into the Sound of Joy channel. We're going to go after those chords that you sit and you enjoy hearing and I'll call it the best of us, the most creative of us, those who are at a level where they're called upon to travel the world and share their gift. I'm going to go after their chords and show you what their chords are. So it's not just Corey Henry. I'm going to go into the past also. Again, I have the ability to break down what I can hear. And in some cases, they actually show you what chords they're doing. But I'm going to give you my approach to it, make that as a new feature for the channel. What else we got going? I'm looking at all of my notes that I wrote. Got the creativity, the music, got the songwriter musician, the AI virtual productions. Oh, yes, of course. And of course, with these lives, I still will give you the opportunity to make your request known. If I can do it live, fine. If it's a song that's going to take time, we may have to work out some other way of getting that across to you. But I've always wanted to uh, emphasize that if I've shown you through hundreds, if not thousands of videos, how to break down a song, and you still haven't learned the concept that I instruct in, I'll use the word teach because I show you how I do it and how I find it, then I'm doing something wrong or it's not being received by you. It may require personalized one on one lessons, which is why I would insist that you join the Patreon site where we can work that out for a nominal fee. Again, for those who are Patreon members, you know what I offer to you. I give you the opportunity to reach me directly. You don't have to worry about putting a comment in and waiting till I read it. But you get as soon as you post it on the Patreon site, I get my email updated that you've made a post, and then we work on what it is you are requesting. Let me just look at some of the comments because I don't want to leave anybody out. Again, we thank those. James, thank you for coming in. Stephanie, I believe I've got you. Mass Design. Happy New Year to you. As I say, I'm encouraged by um, those of you who have been long time supporters. I think when I look at my comments, YouTube has a way of flagging who's been there more than 10 years. And every time I look, I go, yep, there's another 10 year, another 10 year. People who have grown up with me or watch me grow old. But then they've also been able to see the actual evolution of the channel. And I do appreciate that. And I didn't put a link on my Facebook to this because I'm going to be doing some separation of having all these streaming to two different platforms. I get more response from the YouTube channel when I'm streaming than I do from the Facebook channel. And I realize that everybody has a busy life. Mine is going to get busier. So I'm going to limit the amount of streams I've done on the Facebook channel and concentrate on the YouTube channel because I do want this channel to grow. I've watched several channels who have the same concept I have teaching musicians leapfrog me in their subscribers. So, and I haven't posted that yet. I've got to put that video in. Like the video, number one, because the likes means that YouTube will push me out to other viewers who are in the same vein of music. Leave a comment which you are doing on the live stream, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber and you just pop in every now and then, because that helps the channel to grow. That helps me to now reach more viewerships and more musicians, and I want to reach singers now, or non-singers, who wish that they had someone that could interpret what they're hearing in their head and make it an audible file. I'm going to play some. I was working on a file the other day. Let me see if I can bring it up. See, it's the last file I was working on recent. Oh, the Lord will make a way. What I was doing was I saw a YouTube video of an old gentleman singing "The Lord Will Make a Way Somehow," and I said, you know what? I should be able to hear his cadence, hear how he's singing that song, and with AI, well, I won't say duplicate it, but replicate. Welcome, Dexter, and welcome, Sandra. Duplicate what he's doing. So I'm going to, again, this is how I'm going to be branding the AI creation. I'm going to see if I can become a number one in, thank you, Sandra, number one in AI song creation, not just on YouTube, but in any platform that I could that will allow me to virtually display my wares. Now I've got it keyed up. Let's see if I can. Let's see if you can hear it. I don't hear it going through.
Have a friend.
There it goes.
He'll go with you to the end. I know the Lord, hey, will make a way.
And we can hear it.
Yes, he will.
There it is.
I know the Lord
So that's an AI
will make a
transcription
way.
of a gentleman singing. I picked one of my voices.
Yes, he will. I know the Lord will make a way. Yes, he will. Yes, though you may not have a friend, he'll go with you to the end. I know the Lord, hey, will make a way. Yes, he will.
right, so audio is not quite there where it should be, but you're getting the picture. Let me just change this. All right, you're getting a picture. You're getting an audio sound, a picture, the ability for a person to recreate how a person is singing, not by sampling their voice, but by using software and a keyboard and being able to manipulate MIDI notes on a screen. Let's see if you can. This page still active. And I'm trying to see if I can lock you. This was my page for this software. I want to find which was the screen. Okay, this is the one. Why is this not coming up? I wasn't intending on doing this, but as I say, I need to be able to give a representation of what's happening here. Let's see. Do. There you go. Don't know why the software is hanging up on me. Let's see if this plays.
I know the Lord will make a way.
There we go.
Yes, He will. I know the Lord will make a way. Yes, He will.
This is all technology.
Yes, though you may not have a friend, He'll go with you to the end. I know the Lord, He will make a way. Yes, He will. I know the Lord will make a way. Yes, He will. I know the Lord will make a way. Yes, He will. Yes, though you may not have a friend, He'll go with you to the end. I know the Lord, He will make a way. Yes, He will.
So you have to. Keith ain't playing. Oh, okay, I'm messing with the wrong. I'm messing with the wrong. Um, that's why I got to keep an eye on the chat. You tell me when things are not right. I turned down the wrong. Trying not to get that double voice I had. What? I got to do it over again. Here we go.
Mm, I know the Lord will make a way. Yes, He will. Mm, I know the Lord will make a way. Yes, He will. Yes, though you may not have a friend, he'll go with you to the end. I know the Lord, He will make a way. Yes, He will. Mm, I
Anyway, I have it on a loop. Yeah, I had turned down the wrong because I heard it. The echoing of the voice the first time I did it. So I came to this screen, which was set up for this purposely. So I'm sort of demonstrating. That was the last AI. Well, not this last. I did one yesterday, but this is the level of actual production that I am at right now, and I'm striving to actually become an expert at. To be able to listen to a live human singer and then using software recreate, as you can hear, the and the different cadences that a that's live human would have. As far as I know, and again, I purposely search YouTube every day to see who else is using at least this software in gospel music creation. And so far, so far, I'm in the lead for this. So this is what I am uh, endeavoring 2025 to lead me into more more in the realm of music production, not just for me. Again, I've got quite a few songs on my docket, at least 20 songs I have on my to-do list, but also for you, those who view this channel, and for those who are on my Patreon page who support me monthly. You have an opportunity to say, hey, I want this song that I've been trying to work on and the vocals are killing me for my praise team, or we're not getting the notes, I'm not hearing the cadence of the singer, to say that for your support, this is what I will create for you. Again, creativity, making you more productive, and also giving me that challenge that I like. I believe I did Misty during the year, the first part of when I was learning this software, and it sounded so well. I got a copyright from YouTube. So when I aired it on my channel, because it matched so well the singer that I was using as my guide as to how I want to uh, have the lyrics match what I could hear. As I say, I'm 69 years old in 4 more months, and I'm still learning, and I intend to keep learning until I can't anymore. Let me look at the comments. Oh, it's gonna be cautious because you help me when I do something wrong and I don't hear it on you. Okay, good. So questions. That was one of the other um, things that I have on my list. Encourage viewers to comment their goals for 2025, song ideas. or challenges you're facing in music creation. You've been watching me, many of you, for 10 years plus. Some of you have been watching me for the last 4 or 5 months. What uh, are you in your comments? Type it in. It takes 30 seconds for me to see it, so I give you a chance to do that. Where are you musically? What are you looking to achieve? Where are you looking to grow from 2024? Not just the first month of 2025, but 6 months, a year into 2025. Where do you want to be? This is your time to talk back to me. That's why I'm here. In fact, one of the medications that I took requires me to loosen the amount of water I have in my body because I do have an issue with my ankles swelling. So the doctor gave me some medication that once it kicks in, I'm gonna end the live stream because I'll be for the next 6 hours doing what I need to do to keep my body maintained. So talk now because once it kicks in, I'm gonna end the stream, and then for the next 6 hours, I'm going to be uh, in therapy, in a sense, medical therapy. Not a bad thing, but in order to lessen the stress of my heart on my body, I've got to still lose weight. That's one of my goals to. In fact, I've got an exercise over here I'm going to hit in between the actual medication kicking in. But this is your opportunity. Sorry, I don't mean to put that out there, but to let you know that this life is long. I used to hear a late pastor say, "You don't think that you're going to go through something. Just keep on living, keep on living." And I'm glad for life. I really am, because I'm being able to witness things that I thought I would never see. You hearing me play to a an AI singer where I can now mix and match piano sounds, mix and match chords. It's tremendous to know that I've lived long enough to witness that and now be a participant in the first rung of AI singer creativity. Again, I'm not a singer, never have been. Yes, I can hear notes, but ask me to sing them. I'm like a solo. Solo, you can't hear it. To actually practice in continuous repetition for the first time in my life. That's the aim, to play the best I can for God. 28, and I do appreciate you because you've been an actual supporter to this channel. In my years, as I accept the elder call, elder being learned and experienced, I'm a believer that God has heard every note I've ever played. That's the belief that I have. But there are people who haven't heard every note I've ever played. So when I retired from being a church musician, I opened up the world to hearing what I sound like versus the 20 or so people that would attend services, and a lot of them are hard of hearing and have physical ailments. So just to see them come in was always a thank you. Most times they would appreciate the music I was playing because I gave them a style of music that they were accustomed to. But there were no young people, there were no children. It was a senior church that I was playing for, and um, usually when you start dealing with a church, you start to deal with leadership changes. People come in and they have a different concept of how they want things done, and that's when the friction starts. And as I was looking at the years I had put in, I had said no more. I don't want to be going through breaking in another minister, breaking in another choir member, breaking in another person, and putting that added stress on my body to try and keep the Titanic, you might say, of church from sinking. So I got off on my life raft and got off on the shore of the internet. And for the last, I think since 2019, I believe that's when I retired, 2019, I've been able to share with the world the sound of gospel music, the traditional sound, and help musicians anywhere. I often say everywhere, but I say anywhere, be able to incorporate that sound from an instructional standpoint in their music where they are. So I appreciate you in your comment, but God knows where you are already. He wants you to get better for those who are going to hear you. Because in your playing, you're going to represent Him, which is what I've done. Whenever you hear me play, I'm representing the the entity that allows me to hear someone else play and pick and choose what I want to learn from that person or that personality of playing without ever having to have met them. When I put up a Corey Henry video, or I'm watching one, because I can remember seeing him at 5 years old playing the organ in his church in Brooklyn, New York, and marveling at, what is this I'm watching? He's playing the chords I play. I'm still learning from him as he tours the world, sharing the gift of music that embodies him. Now I'm going to be able to look at some of those chord changes and share them with those who view this channel, and not just him. I'm looking at Glenn Gitsom Jr. I'm going to be looking at Mike Burrell. I'm going after everybody. Jason White. If you put up a video and you're playing chords and I see it, you're going to wind up on my channel. And I'm going to be breaking down those chords for those who not just want to enjoy that music, but would like to be able to emulate it or add it to their palette. And somehow I'm going to figure out a way to create a a notebook, or a not a notebook. Oh, I guess if you call it on my Apple, it has a notebook file that I use of what chords that I am learning. And of course, with the Chordy app, you'll see the name of those chords and the fingering for them, not the runs. I'm not going to try and kill myself. I was trying to figure out what's he doing with a run. I said, you know what? Just go get the chords. Don't try to eat the whole roll. Just take a little bit here and there and share the chords. That will come with those who want to do that. But how many are viewing us? We have 6 people who are viewing. Maybe I'll play a little more. Um, it hasn't the medicine hasn't kicked in. Usually it takes an hour for it to kick in, so I'm 20 minutes into it. Let's see. And I did cover hit the like button, share the stream. Okay, I did cover that. I'm encouraging for comments. I think 28 from Austria. If I hope I got it right this time. Around the world. Again, a supporter of this channel. Well, for those who will be watching the replay, if you do watch it, kindly leave a comment about what are you in 2025 looking for your growth. There's over 500 viewer requests on the channel, which means viewers had an opportunity where they may not get it at another YouTube content creator, for me to take a song that they need at that moment. Yes, there have been some songs that are not gospel. In fact, I do have one. There's a request from surprised he's not here, from one of our viewers who normally gets on. This is early for me to get on, for a non-gospel song, Keep Sweat song, I believe. I've listened to it and I'm like, okay, this is not gospel. But now I said, you know what? But I need to enlarge what this channel is all about. It should be about music, and gospel is just another form of music. Same chords, they're just being used in a different genre. So I'm going to look at that Keith Sweat song. Maybe not today. Maybe I will look at it today and see what chords I can get from it that I can share with him, because apparently there's a song that he wants to be able to play with, or at least hear what the chords are being used. And chords are just that. They're nothing mystical. Uh, 13 notes on the keyboard in different octaves, in different ranges. Now, yes, when you start adding the drums and the the synthesized sound to it, it changes the actual texture of it. It's just like making whipped cream. It used to be butter. So that's what I'm going to be looking at doing is expanding the coast of Sound of Joy music services here on this channel in 2025 into, and you've seen me branch off into some of the R&B sound and some of the actual classical sound, going after some of the theme music from movies. Yes, I'm going to really stretch out there. If you were watching the shorts, I did the theme music to the James Bond No Time to Die. Didn't get a lot of views, but I said, you know what? These are just basic chords that anyone, hey, welcome, brother Glenn, Glam, Gillian. My eyes are starting to, unless I really expand this out. Any advice on when and when not to play talk music during a funeral? I am haven't played for a church service since 2019, and I haven't played for a Pentecostal church service since 1998. So when talk music became a thing, I wasn't there. Now, yes, there were times when if the pastor was speaking and he mentioned a song, I would play the song lightly behind them, but it wasn't a thing where talk music was a something that I included into my repertoire of playing. So I'm not a good reference for when to play talk music, especially during a funeral. I think during a funeral, you don't want a dead moment. Well, that's kind of a bad way to put it. You don't want, I just thought about it. During a funeral, you want it to be uplifting. So I would say if someone is having a conversation and they're talking about literally nothing or they're just rambling off with words, you want to have something in the background that is keeping the family uplifted by more than just listening to someone ramble a bunch of words. I put out the 20 songs that you could practice for a funeral for a purpose. I saw where someone had made a request. I think I saw the request on Facebook. What kind of songs can you play for a funeral? And I said, well, gee, I've never posted funeral songs per se. So I put out the 20 songs that you could play for a funeral. 28. Talk music is a series of chord progressions and melody to help lighten the sound of someone who is audibly talking, like I'm talking right now. Let's see if I can do talk music. Like I'm actually talking right now. Talk music is when a person is on the keyboard. Let's see. Let's give it a. We need to. There we go. While I'm talking, while I'm having this conversation, you see my back there. Let me change this point of view. Okay. So talk music. While I'm having a conversation with you and talking, someone is on the keyboard. Usually, the piano player will lead it out, and they'll just play some chords while I'm just having a conversation with you. I could be talking about the time of day. Here we are in the new year, and we're looking at raising funds to put a new roof on the church. Say amen, somebody. So what we need to do now is we need to dig a little deeper as we go into 2025. I hear the Lord saying $2,025 from all the men in the church. Ladies, we're not going to leave you out, but we want to be able to get that roof in. As you can see, I'm just throwing chords indiscriminately while I'm talking. That's what talk music does. It helps to lighten the mood of the person's conversation because sometimes it's not really an actual song, but you want the person who's having a conversation to have a bed of music underneath them while they're having that conversation. We could be talking about we've got some women out here that is dressing indiscriminately and is hurting the bishop, his eyes, and his wife is unhappy. So we need to be a little bit more modest in how you're dressing, and give the preachers and those visiting ministers a chance to get the word out before they start looking around who to pray for first. Again, indiscriminate talk and just throwing chords around it. Now, sometimes they can be serious while they're talking, and they're looking to see whether or not there's some new members in the auditorium, in the auditorium, in the sanctuary. So the music can change to very solemn. Sometimes um, they'll throw strings in there. Let's see if we can put strings in there. No, that's not layer. Layer. I don't want split. I want layer. And they'll just throw some chords in there while the conversation is going on. And most times the conversation's got really nothing to do about nothing. It's just to be able to not have a real dead service. Then if they look over, they'll say, okay, no, lighten those strings. And they'll lighten the strings down. And sometimes in this day and age where I've seen some videos, they're asking for talk music because they realize what they're saying is not conducive to someone wanting to listen. So the musician will just give them chords, which is R&B chords. And there's no rhyme or reason to the chords. It is whatever that they practice. They'll go high, bring it down low. So that is talk music in the Pentecostal experience. If I gave a fair or an unfair representation, I meant to do that. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happens now in the church, and I wasn't a part of that changeover of talk music, and I'm glad I wasn't, because I think if you got if you got something to say, get it out and then get on with the service. Don't have me have to play music to give you something more to talk about. But that is that's what my interpretation of talk, which is why when I'm asked, well, give me talk music chords, I say, you know what, there are other sites where they got some tremendous musicians that are well versed in talk music phrasing. I'm not. I like to pick a song and just play through that song, which is probably what I would do. Should I ever find myself in a environment where talk music is needed? I am 72, and the style of music that the musicians at my church are accustomed to playing is amazing. I struggle with timing and rhythm on upbeat songs. I desire to play with confidence and in time. That is one of the blessings that comes with having a keyboard that has rhythmic drum patterns on them. What you can do is to um, find, and I'll call it's hard to say church patterns. Church patterns are usually the worst ones. They're usually march tempo. If it's a congregational song, today's praise and worship songs are rhythmically starved. The early praise and worship songs like "Oh, give thanks unto the Lord for He is good," or "Oh, magnify the Lord," they had rhythm to them. They were still of the Pentecostal changeover. Nowadays, the songs of today are that I've been listening to. I sometimes wish they would stop and go back every now and then to be able to be of service to the older people. 'Cause I know I'd have a hard time sitting in church right now and they're just singing these praise and worship songs and they just keep running it and all they do is get louder. I would have to say, no, excuse me, I've got to go and listen to my own music. In fact, being able to create, you've heard me recreate some of the songs of my past. I'm enjoying listening to them. In fact, I sometimes play those videos over, just so that I can enjoy hearing what I came up with. I haven't tackled the praise and worship songs of today from an AI standpoint, because in fact, I have video requests I have done that you've never seen before. I have Patreon members that can request me to break down songs from them, and one of the gentlemen, he does come on sometimes, gives me a lot of work from elevation worship. So I have some of their music. I hear the four chords, but their vocals are tremendous in that they use pure singers. There's no hollering or there is no actual screaming going on. So I may look at some of those songs that I've done in the past and see if I can recreate a a an audible. In fact, one of my singers is AI singer's name is Solaria. She's got the most pure soprano voice out of the singers that I have. So those are some of the things that I'm going to now take a deeper look at during 2025. Well, see, timekeeping, your last one for the rest of my life, both versions, whatever it is, and for the good of them, pretty similar chords. Can try the 2-5-1 2. Um, chords, and again, the when we lock ourselves into jazz terminologies and try to apply it to gospel, I think that's like a easy landing spot. 2-5-1 is the way out of whatever song you're playing in. That's the last four words. 2-5-1, or three words. Um, when you try to apply the number system to every song, then you wind up changing that song from its originality. It's like if you're making I always try to use cooking analogy because I like to cook. If you I use chicken for example. You can fry chicken, you can bake chicken, you can boil chicken, you can put it in the air fryer. It's still chicken, but the texture of it changes. One texture makes it crispy, another texture makes it juicy. Depending upon what texture that you enjoy, depends on how you're going to play it. But if you're going to play it to or for someone else, they may not like it uh, air dried. They may like it air fried rather. They may like it fried with a lot of seasoning on it, and that's what gospel music is. There's so many different versions, so many different approaches to it. If you just limit yourself to just doing it one way and you apply that to every song, somewhere a listener is going to say, that didn't quite sound like the way that I heard it. Oh Happy Day is still a recognized song around the world only because of how simplistic that song was. Now, everybody that does play it now jazzes it up and gives a new twist to it. But if you go back to how the original song was created on the album, it is simplistic. It is not a lot of chords, not a lot of movement, but everybody has their taste, their skill set, their approach to the song. I like the original approach, and when I do approach it, I go with what's popular today. In fact, I need to do uh, probably did I do version of Old Happy Day? I don't think I did. And it's very easy chords. Oh happy day, oh happy. This is how easy that song is. When Jesus wash, when Jesus wash, when Jesus wash. Oh happy day, happy day. Very basic chords. The 1, 4, 1. This is the different version of a 6. Now you have the chord app is not on because I didn't plan to do this, but that's the chord. When Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, he washed my sins. Oh, happy day. Very basic chords. Oh, happy day. He taught just, and with this vintage case keys, it sounds pretty. Still in a 1, but now a 4. Very bass line chord. This is where the number system falls perfectly for this song, because if you're playing with someone who's never played the song before, you tell them stay in the 1, go to the 4, back to the 1, go to the 5, 3, 4, sharp 4, 5, to the 1, 4, the 1, 4. But all this movement is what the musicians do, that not looking at sheet music. But bassline chords. When Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, he washed my sins away. And these are the jazz chords. But what makes a song is the lyrics, the singer, and the musicians all working in harmony. Yeah, I think I need to do Oh Happy Day, the original one, and put together an AI version of it and share it with my Patreon crew so that they can practice what you just saw me doing. Again, I was hearing the song and probably singing a little bit too, more than I should have. But you saw me practicing the song from the bass line, how I learned it from the Exacto album, and then improving on that. Well, again, I'm not going to keep everyone long. I'm going to do a series. This is for 2025. A series of half-hour live streams where I'll have conversation. I'll share some chords that I'll say chords of the day. Um, I'm trying to get more. In fact, I'm not trying. I'm going to get more productive in what I place on my YouTube channel. Of course, 18 years, or now year 19, and I want the channel. I want the channel to become more competitive in the YouTube space. Again, I've watched, I won't say hundreds, but at least 40 new channels come on YouTube during the year of 2024, and they have already surpassed me in their subscribers. When they post a video where I may get 20 or 30 views in the first 2 or 3 hours, they're getting 2,000 views, and I'm like, okay, let me go look and see what they're doing on their channel and how they're doing it. And it's all about production. They're not putting out 4 or 5 videos in a day. They may do two videos a week, but the production, the way it's all layered out, I says, okay, that's what I'm missing. I have to now step up my game in production. I've got the software. I've got the software. It's not like I don't have the software. I have it, but I'm always trying to meet the request of a viewer as quickly and as cleanly as possible. So there'll be mistakes in the video. Sometimes I'll do a video and I don't check the audio. The audio drops out, so I got to go back and redo it. So I'm going to become more efficient, which means less. They say less is more, and it is. But it'll be a much more concise um, um, content. Welcome, Ernest. Thank you. A more precise content, and it's going to reach a larger audience. I think the church world has had um, a revolution in the type of music that serves the congregation, and it is not traditional. It may come back to it, and if it does, there's 18 years of traditional music on the channel already. I've got to grow beyond the traditional church sound. Uh, CCM sound is not traditional. It's just easier to play, not hard to really break down. I've broken down probably 30 videos for one person with the CCM sound, and every time I do a video, I said this is not hard. It's a different key, but it's the same format: 1 4 6 1. It's not hard. You're not growing learning this. You're just being able to learn a new song in a different key, but it's the same concept. The 1, the 6, what's it? Major, minor, major, major. That's not hard. Now pick a song that from an actual John P. Key of the '80s, and you've got all kind of stuff happening around a song like that. But I realized that is not what is being called for. So I have to, in order for me to grow, I'm going to have to expand my reach musically. And because I'm capable of doing that, I have not lost. As you can see, I can sit there and play "Oh Happy Day" in the key of G. I can put it in A, put it in D, put it in F. That doesn't mean anything if a person who's listening or the person who wants to learn it has not grasped the concept of it's just another key, same notes, just a different key. So I'm going to expand myself to the more professional playing musician, the jazz enthusiast, the fusion enthusiast, the guitarist. I have software that allows me to emulate guitar strumming. I need to work on that in my music creation. And it's not just music for the church. I think I need to, as we go into 2025, I'm looking past the church. I'm helping the musician who is partly part of the church to be able to serve where he is. But for me, I want to be more creative, more productive, more of a soundtrack, more of inspirational, more of fusion. I think you saw me do the one video I did for Jesus is the Light. I used a funk setting on my Yamaha MOX6, which is why I'm doing a series on the older keyboards that I have to let people see that if you've bypassed a lot of the pre-programmed patches on these keyboards, you are doing yourself a disservice because you can create music where you don't have to now layer down 4 or 5 different tracks. You can pull up a patch and then layer your music and your vocals around that patch. Is Jesus is the Light? No, it's not on this system. It's on the Studio B. Let's see. Can I pull up Jesus is the Light? Because I did air it here. But this song was created on my MOX6. I played a patch I liked. I said, I can put this song to this patch. And then I put organ around it, the vocals around it, and then it was done in less than 3 hours. I want to pull it up because then I can play with it. See, Jesus is the Light. Here we go. I've got so many videos. No, that's that one. Where is. I don't think I have it on this computer. Now that I think about it, I have two setups. One down here in the basement, and one up where I sleep in a spare room. 'Cause I said I hate running down to the basement if an idea hits me real quick. I need to get to a computer either late at night or early in the morning. So I put a smaller system upstairs and loaded in the software. Gee, I don't have it on here. I thought I aired it on this channel though. Bear with me. What's this one? No, that's not one. Jesus is the light of the world. No. I guess it's only on the upstairs system. Thought I brought it. Oh, I see what I did. It's on a USB thumb drive, and I took that thumb drive up because I don't see it down here. Yeah. Okay. It's on the thumb drive, and I use that thumb drive to take inspirational work I do down in the basement upstairs, so I can relook at it up again. So it's upstairs. You're not gonna hear it down here. Let's see. What else do I have? Well, anyway, that's what I'm looking at at doing. Being as creative as I want to be. Looking at song creation from a. Let's see what else I have on here. Did I do Your Grace and Mercy yet? I think I did do that. Did that one. Happy New Year to you, Song and Wind. I think I did. I feel like going on. I did a lot of Christmas songs this year. Again, in branding, Sound of Joy, music services. That's why you saw so many Christmas songs and some songs that I've actually rewritten. I wanted to be able to hear them once again with quality voices. I'll put it like that. Let's see, down through the years. I'll pull up down through the years. That's uh, my male or tenor singers. Why won't this? Oh, there it is. Let's change this to the Dreamtronics AI page. Down through the years, that's what I use for. And for some reason, this page will not. Go active on me. Let's. Because I also want to um, write songs for churches that have male choruses, how they can, what type of songs can be appropriate for them to sing.
Down through the years, the Lord's been good to me. Oh, down through the years, the Lord's been good to me. Down through the years, the Lord's been good to me. He's been good, so good to me. Down through the years, the Lord's been good to me. Oh, down through the years, the Lord's been good to me. Down through the years, the Lord's been good to me. He's been good, so good to me. Down through the years, the Lord's been good to me. Oh, down through the years, the Lord's been good to me. Down through the years, the Lord's been good to me. He's been good, so good to me. Down through the years.
All right. Got it on a loop. But that's what I'm looking at doing. That's what I'm going to be all about 2025. Song creation, helping musicians who are singers, who are also creatives, especially in the realm of music, to be able to envision what it could sound like. And yes, all of these files that are being created with MIDI files can be converted into um, sheet music. Yes, some editing has to be done because there's programming code that goes into programming the voices that will be picked up by the sheet music converter file. But just go in there and you make the corrections. It's a lot easier to do that than to have to recreate um, the actual entire file. Whatever AI info you use for that song, did you use that one for these backup vocals? You understand the question. Whatever AI info you use for that first song you did, you should use that one for these backup vocals instead. Try it. First song I did was the excuse my stomach. It always does that when I don't feed myself. Oh, well, that first one I wasn't finished with it. It's still the timing is still off near the end, and that was my that was a lesson for me because when I was creating that one, I was also using the YouTube video singer to be able to capture his cadence. Welcome, Daniel. Happy New Year to also to you from Guatemala. So, and that won't stop. There's some songs that are out there that I want to be able to get a singer's approach to singing. Yes, I can put breath tones in the sing like a person and then sings. I can also do that with this software. Again, it's programming. I think some people may look at this AI or I'm taking somebody's voice and I'm sampling it. No, this is not sampling voices. This is actually using a software. This is using software to create MIDI files. What you see here, these are MIDI files that you would see on a on an actual door. Let's see if I can shrink that in. These are MIDI files, and the software has a pre-assigned vocal to it. Right now, I'm using three of the male vocals that I have, and each of them has their own tone. Richie is a rapper that I use to sing. If you were to hear Richie, let's see. Let's select Richie's voice. This is Richie.
Down through the years, the Lord's been good to me.
Not really a singer.
Oh, down through the years.
He's a rapper.
The
Rapper
Lord's
voice.
been good
But
to
he's a rough
me. Down through the
This is
years.
Sorrows.
The Lord's been good to me. He's been good.
This is Sorrows,
So
a more
good
polished singer.
to me.
And this
Down through the
is
years,
Hayden, another
the
more
Lord's
fuller,
been good
but
to me.
a high-end tenor voice.
Oh, down through the years, the Lord's
They all have a
been
different
good
personality to their
me.
voice, so I can mix and match.
Down through the years,
I can mix and match to see which
the
one sounds
Lord's
better.
been good to me. He's been good, so good to me. Down through the years, the Lord's been good to me. Oh, down through the years.
That's my top voice.
The Lord's been good to me.
With a bottom voice.
Down through the years.
You can't do this
The
with live
Lord's been
singers.
good to me. He's been good, so good to me.
So technology has caught up with music, or has given musicians a leg up on actual sound production. Yes, I've already pulled these files into Sibelius, because I do have Sibelius. I have the demo version. I couldn't see myself spending the money for the full version, and I'm not going to be taking advantage of it for that price. But I also have print, the final, not print music. Who is it? Final. They just went out of business too. Finale. I have Finale, which does a lot better job of pulling it in. I'm actually bringing up Finale now. Yes, okay. Let me, this one song we're doing, let me export as a MIDI file. Down through the years. So I've just exported that file, bringing up Finale, which for some reason won't show. Oh, there it is. You don't see it. Let's see if we can open that file. Medication is kicking in right now. I said I was going to disappear when it does. Oh, it didn't bring in the words on this one. Maybe it was Finale where it brought in the words. I'm going to have to bring this stream to a close because my medication is doing what it's supposed to do. But I'm looking at what I just brought in. It brought in all the notes, but it didn't put the lyrics. I think Finale brought in the lyrics, but then you had to go in and take out the different um, what are they called, modifiers to give you the helps with the actual pronunciation of words. Well, as I said, when my medication kicks in, I'm going to have to say goodbye, and it has just kicked in at the hour mark, just like it's supposed to do. So thank you all for watching. I thought it was easier for you than Sibelius, but of course, nice things about this. Oh, thank you. This is Stephanie Morris for your gift. You're the first of the new year to support the channel with your precious gift. I'm going to have to run. As I say, you have to pay attention to what medication does. It has a purpose. It is a, we'll call it a lifesaver. It is a life sustainer. This gives me an opportunity to live longer than perhaps my body would have allowed me to do. And I've got to go, wow, not a problem. My pleasure. There'll be something coming for the Patreon members later on today after I pass through this season of this today's medication. But thank you all. I always acknowledge those who were here, but I can't do it today. But you know who you are. Thank you for supporting the channel with your viewership over 2024. I look forward to what's going to be happening in 2025. And as you can see, I start the year off by going live and thanking those who have supported this channel and playing a little bit of music also and give you a glimpse, again, a glimpse into what's coming. It's all about creation and productivity. Those are my two key words, my two key phrases for 2025 from Sound of Joy: creation and productivity. Be blessed, everyone. Take care.